Good morning, dear students. How are you? Today we will discuss our worksheet 52 from your chapter Heredity and Evolution. And uh, as in our previous worksheet, we already studied about the contribution of Mendel's experiment and monohybrid cross. And in continuation of that, today we will discuss about the dihybrid cross. Okay. A cross between two plants having two pair of contrasting character. Say if we take two plants and we take two characters, like if we say one plant is tall and one is dwarf, two plants, and one is having violet flower and another having white flower. So these two characters are there, height as well as color of flower. If we cross if we make a cross between these two plants, then that kind of cross is known as dihybrid cross. Okay, so a cross between two plants having two pairs of contrasting character is dihybrid. For example, difference in the plant seed color as well as shape, if we say these two shape, we have round and wrinkled, as well as if we talk about the seed color, we have yellow as well as green. So these two type of characteristics are there, and if we made a cross between them, then this is known as dihybrid cross. Okay, so the law state. Okay, Gregor Mendel proposed a set of generalization based on these dihybrid crosses that we called as the Mendel law of independent assortment. And on the basis of this dihybrid cross, Mendel introduced the law of independent assortment. The law states when two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid, segregation of one pair of character is independent of the other pair of character. Okay, means segregation depends upon the segregation of characteristics depend upon the independent of the other character, right? See, if we take this r is for round and r is for wrinkled, small r is for wrinkled, capital Y is for yellow and small y is for green. And if we made the dihybrid cross between these two, then this possible combination may be round yellow, wrinkled yellow, round green, right, and green, wrinkled green. So this kind of possibilities will be there. Okay, so let's study about all these. We have first, when pea plants show, let me zoom this first. When pea plants showing two different characteristics rather than just one, the bred with each other. What to do with the progeny of the tall plant and the round seed and the short plant with the wrinkled seed look like? Okay, if we take the tall as a dominant as well as round as a dominant character, they all are tall and having round seed, and tallness and the round seed are thus dominant traits, as I told you. But what happens when the F1 progeny is used to generate F2 progeny by cell pollination? So for that we have Punnett square. It can be effectively used to understand the independent segregation of the two pair of the genes during meiosis and the production of the egg and pollen in F1 generation, like as I told you, RR and YY. Okay, so Consider the segregation of one pair of gene R and R. 50% of the gamete have the genes R and other 50% have small gene R. Now beside each gamete having either R or R, it should also have the allele Y or Y, the different trait, okay, which represents the color. The important thing to remember here is that the segregation of 50% of R and 50% of R is independent from the segregation of 50% of Y and 50% of Y. Means any uh, any one of the character combines with any other of the, right, like this is round and this is wrinkle, this is yellow, this is green. This round can combine with this yellow as well as with this wrinkle goes with this and even with this also. So they form R R Y R Y R Y, and again we have R and Y likewise. Okay, so 50-50% chances are there, and if you take, then it becomes 1/4 of every. Okay, so 50% of R bearing the gamete has Y as well as 50% of R has small y. Thus, there are four genotype of gametes are there, four type of pollens and four types of eggs, and four types of RY, RY, RY and RY, each with the frequency of 25%, that is 1/4 of the total gamete is produced. And when we write down the four types of eggs and pollen on the two sides of the Punnett square, it's very easy to derive the combination, the composition of the zygote in F2 generation or F2 plant. And F2 generation get the phenotype ratio, that is 9:3:3:1. Okay. So this is the phenotype ratio generally asked in the exams. So must remember. Now we have this Punnett square. What is this Punnett square? A geographical representation. Graphical. Punnett square is a graphical representation to calculate the probability of all possible genotype of the offspring in the genetic cross. All type of crosses or genetics outcome can be easily studied by this with the help of this Punnett square. Okay, it's a kind of graphical and very systematic representation of all genotype, all possible outcomes. So let's study about this. See, we have independent inheritance of two separate traits. We have taken round and yellow and wrinkle and green. This round and yellow are dominant, round and yellow, and wrinkle and green is recessive. Okay, and if this is parent, and if we make the gametes, so we have R, capital Y, small r, small y, right? And if we made the cross between them, we get R, R, Y, Y. This is round because this is dominant, and yellow, okay, because these two characters are dominant. And if we again make their gametes, so the possible outcome from this R, R and Y, Y, we have capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. So these gametes should be written on either side of this square. Okay, this is from female gametes and this is from male gametes, and here we have written like this. And when we made the cross, like this combined with this form this combines with this, and write down the possible outcome for all these, right? And again this with this for combine this, and this is from here. Likewise you can do for this Okay, if you write this, we have, so by this way you will get all the possible 16 outcomes. See the combinations we have. Wherever there is a capital R, because it is dominant, so color will be yellow. And where it is not in any of the one square, if a capital R is not there, then the sorry shape, then the this is for shape, then the round. If R, if wherever the R, capital R is there, the shape of seed is round. And wherever that R is absent, we have small r, then the shape is wrinkled. Wherever the capital Y is there, the color is yellow. And wherever the small y or this capital Y is absent, we have color green. So all four possible outcomes are round, yellow. See this. I will show you this round yellow. This is wrinkled yellow. This is for wrinkled. This is for round green, and this is wrinkled and green. So all these possible outcomes with all these four, when they combine with all these combination, this and this, with all these 16 pairs. So where we will get round and yellow 9, round and green 3, wrinkle and yellow 3, and wrinkle and green 3. I will zoom it for you. See this round and yellow 9, round and green 3, wrinkle and yellow 3, wrinkle and green 1. So we have ratio 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So this is the phenotypic ratio of all the outcomes in dihybrid cross. 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay, these are all the possible outcomes. So this is all about today's worksheet. Let's do practice exercise. We have first question, define dihybrid cross and Punnett square. See, dihybrid cross, you can write the answer from here. This is the answer of your dihybrid cross. You can write the answer from dihybrid cross from here. This is the answer of your first question, and Punnett square from here is first question. Second, state the Mendel law. You can write the answer. Okay, state the Mendel law of independent assortment. So this is the answer of your second question. Third question we have, okay, it's very simple. Third question, in third question, see, we have a round yellow 630, round and yellow. I will write in a smallest, in a short form, round green. Okay, then I will write it like this. It will be good to revise, to remind you. Wrinkled and yellow and wrinkled and green. So this is we have in the number 630. This is we have 260, 202 and 64. Student, while doing this kind of question, you have to divide with the smallest number. Here the smallest number is 64. Divide all possible numbers, all the numbers with 64. You will get 1. If you divide this, you will get 3. If you divide with this, if you divide with this, so you will get the ratio 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay, so this is let me zoom this. So you will get 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1 ratio. Okay, and analyze the result. We have analyzed, means we have round and yellow how many? lines. Round and green 3, wrinkle and yellow 3, and wrinkle and green 1. And describe the mechanism of inheritance which explain these results. These results are based on the Mendel's law of independent assortment. You can write this is on the this result is based on the Mendel's law of independent assortment. So you have to write like this. You have to write all these points, right? And then when the two pairs of trait combine, when the two traits of combine in a hybrid form the one character of the independent of the other pair of the character, you have to write all these. And uh, the roundness of the seed and independent from the yellow. Okay, so this is all about your today's worksheet. I hope you understand it. So do like video, share with your friends and subscribe the channel. Thank you बच्चे, take care.